there's nothing here. I think this could be connected to 5 kids from last night.
Just be a drunk that fell asleep in the alleyway. I'll go with him in case he regains consciousness, all right?
Russ, you checked his pockets?
Amphetamines. Looks like we got another one.
Quick! She's dead! She's dead! Who? Betsy. She's down here. She was dead when I found her this morning. I think she's been murdered.
Did you touch the body?
No, I knew I had to wait until you got here.
Where?
She's behind the tree.
Mate, it's a goat.
Well, that doesn't make any difference. She's been killed deliberately.
You're going to have to arrange an autopsy before we can
I don't have
ascertain.
enough money for an autopsy. Look, I already know who done this, and he's gone too far this time.
He probably fed it something he shouldn't have. Anyway, why would I waste my time with a stupid goat?
Lee told us you'd threatened to kill Betsy more than once.
If it come back on me property. Anyway, that kid's as green as grass. And a damn sight easier to cut. You know, his dad should teach him to fix fences before gallivanting off around the countryside.
What's he going on about?
So the goat was getting through the hole in the fence, Albie.
That's what I said, isn't it? You know, I told that kid to keep his goats off my veggies.
No, you said that if it came onto your property again, you'd kill it.
Not exactly, but close enough.
So then what happened?
Well, I fixed the fence myself, so the goats don't come near me. So I've got no reason to touch them, have I? And that's all I've got to say on the matter.
Oh, no!
Why do I always get dumb kids and dead goats? Just for once, I'd like to get something worthwhile. Like those kids who collapsed last night.
Cleaner found him this morning when he went to put out the rubbish. Must have been there all night.
The other 5 are all fine.
Oh, we don't think that they're regular drug takers. They've all been scared out of their wits. I doubt they'll be doing anything like that again.
Well, maybe whoever selling the stuff is recruiting new customers.
Well, this boy you found this morning,
Lachlan Stewart, his name is.
is he still in a coma?
There's a chance that he's not going to make it.
So 6 of them take God knows what, overdose, and none of them know anything about where the drug came
Yeah,
from.
well, it certainly seems that way, boss. They all put the powder into their drink. Lachlan was the first to take it. He drank all of his in one go. The others, from what we can gather, weren't as enthusiastic and had just a couple of sips.
So where did it come from?
They're all saying the same thing. Lachlan bought it off someone at the nightclub, and no one saw anything else. So until he wakes up, we've got nothing to go on.
Any result on what was left in the boy's pocket?
No, still waiting. It doesn't appear to be a common garden amphetamine, judging by the effects on those kids.
Well, we'd better find out where it is coming from before someone ends up dead.
You arrested Albie yet?
We don't believe he had anything to do with it, Lee.
Of course he did. Everyone knows he hated Betsy. Just ask anyone round here.
Have you got any specific witnesses we can talk to?
The family renting the Kingston place, they saw him go troppo the other day.
All right, we'll go and have a word to them. Now, Lee, you do realise that an autopsy is the only way to be
I told you I don't have enough money for that. I mean, we're down $900 already.
You're trying to tell me that this goat is worth that much?
Yeah, it's an Angora goat. Some of them go for $3,000.
Do you have the neighbour's name?
Helford. Son's called Byron.
All right, we'll go and have a chat to them.
That was last week, but I only heard about it from my husband. Jimbo, the police want to talk to you about that goat business.
What about it?
Well, wondering if you actually heard Mr. O'Connell threaten Mr. Parry's goat.
Well, there was some kind of argument, but I couldn't really hear what they said.
What about your son? Is there a chance he heard something?
The amount of time he spends with his head under that bonnet, I'm not sure. You could always try, though.
Great, thanks. Well, Mrs. Helford, there's nothing to worry about. It's just a routine interview.
Hey, whatever it is, officers, I don't have anything to do with it.
We were just wondering if you might have seen or heard an argument about your neighbour's goat.
Well, goat, you got to be kidding.
So, apart from one dead goat, we don't have much to go on, do we?
Well, I can't think of any obvious suspects right now, no.
You right with that?
Yes, I'm right with this. Come on, get back in the car.
Just trying to help.
Come on, madam. Hey, Dash, do you know a Hilda White over in Bennett Street?
No, you dag, it's Hilda Black. Mum knows her.
Black, white, what does it matter? Yeah, Chris was saying she's got a cheap apartment for rent.
Oh, yes, that would be her granny flat. Her mum died a couple of months ago. It was very sad.
Oh, well, apparently we can move in next week.
Great. But how does Stacey feel about the granny flat?
Oh, you know. Fast enough to book them?
No.
We could book them for noise pollution.
Adam, they're Harleys. They're supposed to be loud, you know.
According to Neil Hadlow, there haven't been any obvious signs of speed around the school, but I thought it might be worth a visit to have a chat about the dangers of drug taking.
Good idea. Forewarning never went astray. While you're about it, you might like to describe the penalties involved for the possession of illicit substances.
Yes, if you can't scare them with the health warnings, the threat of jail should do it.
PJ, you've got a visitor, a Detective Senior Sergeant Dale Saatchi from the clandestine lab crew to see you. She makes Monica Draper look like the flying nun.
Yeah.
I'll tell her that next time I see her.
That'll be all, thank you, Schultz.
Thanks for coming in, Dale. That was Senior Constable Schultz. This is Sergeant Tom Croydon and Constable Megan
Appreciate
Doyle.
your help, Dale.
My pleasure.
Right, so, this is the stuff we found on Lockie Stewart.
Yep, and according to our lab, it's a botched attempt at amphetamines. A nice little cocktail of highly toxic chemicals.
I thought they always worked from a recipe.
All professional cooks do. In most cases, they're handed down like one of Grandma's heirlooms.
So why don't I know this one's wrong?
Oh, that's it's amateurs using a trial and error approach.
What, so they monitor their clients?
Yeah, and if they drop dead or get sick, then they change the recipe.
Sergeant, if you think that we're dealing with an amateur cook, is there any chance that a teenager like Lachlan Stewart could have made it?
Well, look, if he's an ace chem student, he might have access to the precursor chemicals. There's every chance he could beg, borrow or steal the rest if he had the right contacts.
So, we're looking for some sort of home chemistry set.
No, more likely to be ordinary kitchen equipment, I'd say. Chemical containers would be a dead giveaway. Be on the lookout for any evidence of small fires or explosions.
And excuse me for interrupting, but just in the light of what you're discussing, Cooper and McKinley have seen some bikers prowling around the town.
Hello now.
There were two of them on Harleys.
What, legends?
No, well, their insignias were different colours. They were mainly
No, red.
Well, the Red Devils moved themselves into the speed market about a year ago. They could be looking to expand their territory into the rural market.
Wouldn't the legends see that as some sort of takeover bid on their territory?
Sounds like these Red Devils could eat our poor old legends for breakfast.
Could be joining forces, more manpower, harder to police.
All right, you and Doyle better get out and talk to the legends, see what they know about their new rivals. You two go back over to Lachlan Stewart's place, see if you can find any evidence that he manufactured the drug.
You need a warrant.
I'll ring his mother. I'm sure she's as anxious to get this cleared up as we are.
Boss, that was Stacey on the phone. She's not feeling well. She thinks it might be the baby.
Well, you better go home. Your shift's nearly over anyway.
Chris, have you seen Stacey? Is she okay?
she's in there and she's fine.
Stace, you okay?
Look, I'm fine. Chris gave me a cell, so I'm so sorry.
Are you sure you don't want to go to the doctor?
No, don't be silly. I'm fine. Now you're home, can you sit down? I'll show you what I've been doing.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. See? This is what we spend now, okay? And this is what we would have to spend if we moved out of the pub into our own place. So there's the bond, getting the phone on, electricity,
Stace,
gas,
we're
water.
going to have to do this eventually.
Yeah, I know. I know, but if we stick to the budget I worked out, then we can have everything we need. We don't have to go without.
Listen to me for a second. Chris is giving us a cut rate here, okay?
Chris does all right out of us.
I'm not so sure that she does.
Adam! It's good to see you again.
Lee, you're looking a bit happier than you were last time I saw you.
Yeah, life has to go on. I decided to keep a positive attitude.
Well, that's good.
I'm Stacey Cooper, Adam's wife.
Yeah, nice to meet you, Lee Parry.
Hi, do you want to join us?
Oh, that'd be great. Can I get you guys a drink?
Yeah.
No, Detective Hasham. We don't know anything about illegal drugs, and we certainly don't know anything about amphetamines being produced locally.
So I say, you see any rival gang members around town?
Rivals? Detective Hasham, we don't have any rivals, and we do prefer to call ourselves a club. A gang, it sounds so confrontational.
Thanks for your time, fellas, and if you happen to see anybody new in the district...
We will call you straight away, Detective. Cross our
I
hearts.
take it from all this rubbish that you actually found nothing.
Well, if they are involved, there's no sign of it whatsoever. I just don't think they're smart enough to cover their tracks, to be honest.
Well, it sounds like we'd be better off to concentrate on these Red Devils that Adam and Dash saw around town.
Boss,
McKinley?
I couldn't find anything to do with drugs at Lockie's place. But he's got, like, his room is full of footy stuff. He's got this autographed poster of Wayne Carey on his wall.
I'm sure that alone was worth the trip out there. But no chemistry gear?
No, there's no sign of anything in the house.
Thank you, McKinley.
But I checked with his school, and he's into arts and literature in a big way. There's nothing like chemistry on his subject list. He's the president of the debating team.
Okay, that's good news.
Thank you, McKinley.
So what do we do now?
Tomorrow we check for anybody with a history of amphetamine use. That's what we do.
Well, take Cooper with you for some of the running around, seeing as he got off early today.
Oh, yeah, I've been thinking about building a place for a while. I've got a block over near your joint.
You ever done it before?
No.
Come on, Adam, dance with me.
No, not now. Maybe later on. Stace?
Sid.
Later.
You'll go.
Yeah, no, I was thinking about using mud bricks. I've heard they're a bit easier.
Yeah,
so-
fantastic. There's a course at the Tech over at St David's.
I haven't got time to be doing a course.
Oh, well, I could enrol if you want. We could build your house together. Oh, they'd have all the equipment you'd need.
What else do you need but mud, mate?
Oh, you'd need moulds to put
was
it in or
joking.
something.
Come on, Lee, want to dance?
Oh, no, I don't think Adam would go
He's
for
not
it.
going to mind.
I'll just finish my beer, eh?
What a happy threesome.
A remarkable recovery from Stacey's alleged ailment. My shot, does it?
Adam had better learn to do the Macarena, otherwise he's going to lose his mind.
God, if she's interested in Lee, she's more of a dweeb than us.
Come on, just one song.
Oh, I'm not really that good at dancing.
I'll teach you. I'll teach
Oh, look,
you.
I'll just get us some more drinks, eh?
Stace, come here. Listen, Lee's offered to help me build a mud brick house, okay? And I was thinking we could get a caravan and put it on the block. What's wrong?
Mud bricks. You're kidding.
Come on, Stace, we've got to get out of here. Look, the bush is a much better place to bring up kids. No traffic, no hassles.
No friends, no shops, no fun, no
Come on,
life.
do you really think it's going to be like your dad's place? It'll just be the two of us. It'll be our place.
Well, there'd be three of us, Adam, and two of us have a craving for Chinese takeaway.
Sorry, Lee, Stace is a bit hungry. Sorry about the drinks. I'll talk to you about the house tomorrow.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah?
See you soon.
All right.
Yeah.
Still trying to figure out Adam and Stacey
Byron,
Coleman.
like a beer.
Did he spell it out for you, mate?
One word, 3 letters, beginning with S.
Morning, beautiful. Stace,
What?
listen, this place is going to be nothing like your dad's. It'll be a lot more modern, all right? I promise you.
Adam, you never give up, do you?
I just want to make you happy. Is that so bad?
Do you?
No.
I know you do. I just think that we would be much better off in something like one of those project homes on the Alamein estate.
I can't afford it, Stace.
Yes, we can if we stick to the budget I worked out.
Get rid of it.
Lee, is that you? Adam! Adam, I need your help. I've got to confront him with the evidence. I don't know why I didn't think of this before. It's perfect. He won't be able to lie about it this time.
Well, can this wait, mate? I mean, I'm not even on duty yet.
No, it's got to be now. Billy's dead.
Yeah, is this a human or another goat?
How many times do I got to tell you Albie O'Connell killed him?
How many times do I have to tell you that unless we have evidence, we can't arrest him?
Well, he told me he would.
Lee found another goat dead on his property. I've just been out to have a look at it. He's going to make a statement.
I told you about Mr. O'Connell when Betsy died. No one's done nothing about him, and now Billy's dead too. I told you we should have confronted him. What are you going to do now?
Why don't you just give Constable Cooper your statement, then we can discuss the options.
Nothing. I knew it.
Okay, we'll be right over. Thanks for that. Bye. Okay, Lachlan Stewart's regaining consciousness.
God for that. Hello, how you going? Is Lucky Stewart awake?
He's awake, yep.
Right, we're going to need to talk to him.
No, I'm afraid that's not going to be possible.
So if he can give us any leads at all, it's going to
Yeah,
be...
you don't
listen,
understand.
it's not going to take long. We'll be quick.
PJ. Whatever he took induced a seizure. I'm afraid his brain's been affected. Permanently.
he was just a kid that was experimenting. Now he's a bloody vegetable. We've got no way of finding out where he got the stuff from.
Well, PJ, we could try the kids again. Maybe when they know what's happened, they'll get their memories
I
back.
think they're telling the truth. Lockie is the one who bought the stuff.
Are there any other reports of bad speed in the district? St David's, Dales?
No, not so far. Boss, it could be that all the stuff's been sold and the only cases we've seen are the people badly affected.
Or else the sellers have moved on.
I was just hoping they're using a new recipe for the next batch.
I'll come back.
No, that's all right, Cooper. What is it?
Well, it's just this goat business.
What about it?
Well, it's starting to seem like someone's deliberately killing the Parry's goats. Now, Albie O'Connell has threatened the animals before, but because Lee can't afford an autopsy, we can't prove whether Albie's involved or
My
not.
gut feeling tells me that Albie O'Connell's got nothing to do with it. He's the sort of bloke that would just shoot him and be done with it.
Yeah, I know, boss, but we haven't got much other evidence to go on.
I'll call Tibor and arrange for an official autopsy.
Great, excellent. Lee was starting to think we weren't going to do anything about it.
To be perfectly honest, I'm not just doing this for Lee. If we've got some serial animal killer about, I want it wrapped up as quickly as possible. We've got more important things to think about.
Look, don't waste my time, Gaz. I'm not in the mood.
I swear, I haven't been taking anything. I'm clean.
Yeah, well, how do you keep hauling that truck night after night?
I take the proper breaks.
Well, I find that very hard to believe. In fact, I believe that you're taking illegal substances to get you through.
Check me logbook if you don't believe me.
Not enough time, Gazza, but I'm sure my colleagues could do that. You know, check your book to make sure you're filling it in properly.
I've heard there's a bit of a price war on, that's all.
Yeah, hang on. Where did you hear that?
A pub. And before you ask, I didn't see you said it. I was buying a beer.
Yes. And who's the new supplier?
I don't know. Honest.
Well, mate, whoever it is should be issuing a health warning because his customers are dropping like flies.
You two are wanted at the hospital. Someone's been bashed.
You've been warned.
Didn't see them. Well, there were two, but they jumped me from behind. They started punching me. Well, I must have blacked out pretty quick. I think I hit my head falling down.
Well, can you think of any reason why they'd want to get stuck into you?
I reckon they just felt like a brawl. And I am the new kid in town.
Where'd you come from?
Melbourne. My parents thought it was a good idea. Safer than the big smoke. How wrong were they?
Okay, you just stay here and rest, Byron. I'll drop back and see you in a little while.
Thanks for that.
Hey, listen, Byron, if you happen to remember anything, you'll give us a call, won't you?
Okay.
The whipping, any ideas?
I'd say it was something like knuckle dusters. Some kind of chain wrapped around a fist, maybe.
Lovely.
Well, the only question is the legends or the other lot.
Why would they get stuck into a kid like him?
Here we go, Byron Mitchell-Helford. A couple of speeding tickets and a suspended sentence for marijuana possession last year.
Oh, a bit of a dope head, eh?
He told us that his parents brought him up here to keep him out of trouble.
Well, if he's already attracting gang attention, it sounds like their plan isn't working.
Well, maybe he's into amphetamines now.
Yeah, but why would you build up a paying customer? That's the part that doesn't make sense.
Unless he hasn't paid. I don't think many dealers offer a credit facility.
Well, someone better go out to his house and have a look around, see if you can find anything. I'll organise a warrant.
Do you reckon it's the legends?
Could be the other blokes, mate.
Well, they shouldn't be too hard to find.
Righto, on our way.
We're just having a holiday in the country. No law against that, is there?
I suppose you were just taking in the sights when we picked you up.
It's a pretty town.
Mate, with your record for assaults, it puts Mike Tyson to shame.
It also shows I haven't hit anybody for a very long time.
Bruno, we want to know what Byron Helford did to get in your bad books.
Never heard of him.
So it'll come as a complete surprise to you when he IDs you.
A complete surprise.
Great, fantastic. So you won't mind if we take your photo for elimination purposes.
Unless I'm under arrest, Detective Hasham, I think without my consent that'd be a breach of my civil rights.
That's very good, Bruno. That's very good. Now, obviously, this failed law degree you got here comes in handy, doesn't it?
Very handy.
Yeah. Since you love our town so much, Bruno, why don't you stick around for a bit, eh? I'll let you know when you've seen enough.
I can hardly wait.
Oi. Sorry, it must have gone off by itself. You don't recognise the bloke you buy your dope from?
What dope?
Mate, come on, look, you've got priors for possession, so stop wasting my time.
So I got caught with a couple of joints a while ago. I've learned my lesson.
Byron, we're pretty sure we know who did this to you. Now, if you don't tell us what's going on, who's going to stop them from coming back for more?
There were some guys in bikie gear, but none of these.
Well, why'd they do it?
I was talking to some chick they were with. Turns out they own her.
Did you get a name?
Look at your
face. You okay?
Not now, Mum. I'm fine.
Sorry to interrupt. No, you're fine, Mr. Helford. Now, Byron, did you get a description of this girl?
Long blonde hair, brown eyes, my height. Pretty. All right?
For now. For now. Thank you. Okay, we got Byron, right? Now he's getting whacked by her biker friends.
And according to him, it's all over a woman.
Mags, it's a bit crazy to go after a biker's girl, you know?
And remembering Byron's also been done for possession.
All right, okay, so Byron goes to Bruno and his mate, right? Close to school, because he hasn't got any connections here.
So if we assume that Bruno is the source of all the bad speed that's been making the kids sick, can you really imagine Lachlan Stewart or any of those kids going to a bunch of bikers to school?
They've been partying, you know? They've been partying, they've been drinking, they've got a bit
It just
of
doesn't
Dutch
sound
courage.
very likely. Would you go to someone like Bruno for your first buy?
It's peer group pressure, Maggie.
Yeah, no, you've got a point there. It's just that we really don't have a lot to go on.
Yeah, well, I'm running out of ideas.
Hi, Chris. Good timing.
Chris, have you seen Stace today?
Yeah, she was downstairs earlier.
Has she gone out?
No, I think she went back upstairs.
Oh, she's probably resting. She's been a bit tired lately. I'm just going to go up and say g'day.
Adam?
Won't be long.
Oh, how long was the honeymoon supposed to last?
Hi, Stace. Sally?
It's Viv.
Sorry, Viv. What's going on?
I was lonely. We just had a couple of drinks. Don't worry, Chris only lets me drink orange juice.
Thought we were supposed to be budgeting, Stace.
Hey, look, she only wanted to see a few friends before you drag her back out to the bush. God knows she won't have a social life then.
And what's it got to do with you?
Well, I care about her. I'm her best friend.
And I'm her husband.
I better go, Stace.
Yep.
I'll see you soon.
Thanks for coming over.
No worries.
Listen, Stacey. Of course you're going to be socialising. Might not be as much as now, but we do live in a pub.
Yeah, and you can't even make my best friend feel welcome. Adam, all you care about is your plans for the future. What about what
I'm trying to organise a home for this family.
Adam! We have to go. Something's come up?
Yeah, right, I'll be right there. Coming. We'll talk about this later.
It's always later.
Sideboard.
T-Ball's finished the autopsy on Lee's goats.
And?
They were poisoned by cyanide.
How?
Well, there was nothing unusual in the gut except the cyanide, so they obviously weren't baited, which means we have to go to the dam and test the source.
Right, okay.
That ought to do it. That's yuck. The Harleys?
Check it out.
Yeah.
Now let me guess, you two are bird watching.
I'm impressed, officer. That's exactly what we were doing.
Do you have permission to be here?
This is a national park. We're allowed.
No, this is private property. The national park's on Freeman's Road.
Isn't this Freeman's Road?
This is Friars Road.
Our mistake. Come on, Nigel, we're trespassing.
Nigel.
I wonder what sort of bird appeals to those two.
Probably wouldn't hurt to take a look.
All right, let's go. What's that smell?
It's like cat's wee.
Check this shed. Something's cooking. This should get us in PJ's good books.
Well done, you two. The St David's boys have got it covered now. They'll maintain surveillance.
You should have seen how elaborate this setup was. They had this huge sort of condenser unit with brown stuff cooking in it. It stunk.
And there was like junk everywhere. Had all these chemical bottles and those takeaway containers with the empty stubbies.
Well, good on you guys. You just found the local source of speed. Got on the drug squad right away.
No wonder the goats died.
What do you mean?
Lee Parry's dam. It's like right down the hill from the lab. It could have been contaminated by runoff.
That sounds like a reasonable assumption. Did you take a sample?
Really? Yeah, but we came straight here. We haven't dropped it off yet.
Well, get it tested. You might have solved the great goat mystery.
Bye-bye.
Boss, that was Stella. We got another one. Lee Parry's turned up in casualty with similar injuries to Byron.
I don't know why they did it, Adam, honest.
Oh, come on, Lee. You must have some idea. What, two huge bikers bash you when they've got no reason?
Did they say anything to you?
Yeah, I don't know what they were going on about. They told me to stay off their turf, but it's my farm. What are they talking about?
Well, Lee, you're lucky there's nothing broken. I'd like to keep you in for observation for 24 hours.
There's something else.
What's that?
I think the guys that bashed me took that shotgun.
Are you sure about that?
No, but it's not where he normally keeps it, and I haven't touched it since he left.
Mount Thomas 308 to Mount Thomas Station.
Yes, Adam, go ahead.
Yeah, Nick, Lee Parry has positively identified Bruno and his mate as his attackers. He also thinks they took a shotgun registered to his father, Norm Parry.
But I received that. We'll bring them in.
I'll let PJ know.
Mount Thomas out.
Adam? So he said Lee's been a customer of our amphetamine salesman.
It showed up in the blood test.
Well, could it be from the same batch that made those kids sick, or...?
No, I'd be surprised if it was.
Now, if bikies are bashing him, maybe he does have something to do with this lab.
And his loser act's a huge fit.
So you picked up this Bruno and Nigel in relation to the assault on Lee Parry?
Well, they're claiming they had nothing to do with it, or the gun allegedly stolen from the Parry property.
Too much to hope for that they'd have it on them.
They stashed it somewhere.
We just have to make sure they don't get a chance to use it.
Well, the last thing we want is to frighten these blokes off.
Must be tired, Bruno. 2 fights in one day.
Me? Detective Hasham.
You've been positively identified by your victim for the one this afternoon, so why don't you tell us what happened?
I want to see my lawyer.
We'll call him. But while we're waiting, I think we might start on the paperwork. Senior Constable?
If you don't tell us the truth, we can't protect you.
I don't know why they hit me.
But you did buy drugs
I
off
haven't
them.
bought anything from anyone.
Don't mess around, Lee. The tests prove you've taken something.
You won't tell my dad, will you?
Who did you buy it from?
I didn't buy it. After Betsy died, I didn't want to be alone, so I went to see a friend. He gave it to me. Said it'd make me feel better.
Who's your friend? Come on, I saw you go up to Byron at the pub when I left with Stacey. Now, did he give you the drugs?
He won't get into trouble, will he?
Yes, mate, just squeezing one out right now. I'll just... yeah, hooray, thanks a lot.
How would it get there then? Okay, thank you.
Was there any specific relation to this from him?
I can't understand it. The dam water is negative for cyanide.
Oh, don't rule out the amphetamine lab as the source. Cyanide can be inhaled, absorbed through the skin, or ingested.
Yeah, PJ. Apparently Byron knows a bit about pharmaceuticals. He dropped out of a second-year chemistry major at Melbourne Uni a year ago.
Well, would that give him enough knowledge to be able to manufacture these drugs?
Sure would.
And around the same time, his father, James Boland Helford, was retrenched after 23 years serviced at the same company.
Which was?
Surprise, surprise, A&L Chemicals. Now, the reason the personnel manager remembers the timing so well is that Mr Helford was apparently sacked for suspected theft, and now he was very bitter about the whole thing.
Well, if he's still got a contact within the company, that'd explain where the precursor chemicals are coming from.
And if he was really bitter about being sacked, he could well be looking at this as some sort of revenge.
Look, it's too late today, but we're going to have to move before those bikers disturb the Helfords too much. They could close the place down and leave us with nothing.
Well, why don't we just move in now?
It'll take at least 3 hours to get the rest of my guys and their equipment up here. Plus, it makes more sense to use the guys from St David's.
Hang on, Dad, hang on. Look, our constables found the lab. Now, we know what's involved. It'd make more sense if we were the backup.
Our people do know the area. I'm sure you won't regret it.
take your point. All right, well, the raid will be first thing tomorrow morning and you guys will provide the backup. Well, my boys are on the way up and everything's organised for tomorrow morning.
Good, The St David's boys are maintaining surveillance overnight, are they?
Yeah, we'll relieve them during the actual raid. According to their surveillance report, it's Byron who's in the shed most often, so I can only assume he's the cook.
But the father goes in there too, doesn't he?
And what about the wife?
Oh, just her knowledge of the lab's enough to bring charges.
Well, I think it's about time to call it a night.
Good idea. We'll have a full briefing in the morning.
What about you two? You coming?
Nah.
No, I've got a bit of work to do, boss. See you both tomorrow.
Good night.
Good night. See ya. Looks like we're the only two left, eh?
I guess so.
Yeah.
Unless there's somebody hiding in here. Well, I better get changed. PJ, if I'm still in my uniform at 10, I'll turn into a pumpkin.
No.
Yes. Hey. That's it. Oh, no, that's cheating.
There's no such thing as cheating in life.
Oh! I don't go yet.
Stace, I have to go. It's an important day at work today, all right?
Okay. One day I want to be more important than work.
Hey, you are more important than work. You just don't pay me as much money as they do, that's all.
Not as much money.
No.
Dale knows the positions that everybody will be taking, so I'll hand this briefing over to her.
Thanks, Tom. My team and I will be the only ones who actually enter the lab, OK? Your role will be back up only. We'll contain whoever's inside and stop it all blowing sky high. Hasham, Doyle and McKinley, you'll be situated here on the south side of the shed to us.
Glad you could join us, Cooper.
We'll conceal ourselves here. We'll wait until at least 2 of the Halfords are inside, then we'll make our move. Now, Nick, you and Cooper will be situated here with a 4-wheel drive, stopping any vehicles leaving the property or any of the general public who happen to wander along.
Serves you right for being late.
Since we're not sure whether the lab's in the reactive stage, my team won't be taking any radios in.
Are there any ignition source?
We don't like to take chances.
How do we contact you?
Well, you don't. If something happens, you get yourselves out of harm's way. We can deal with whatever it is on our own. Otherwise, just enjoy the fresh air. Any questions?
Yeah, if the chemicals are that volatile, what about firearms?
Well, we hope that the Halfords don't have guns, but if you do hear shots fired from the inside...
Yeah, hit the dirt. No one is to approach this shed apart from Dale and her team will be properly outfitted. These chemicals can give you third-degree burns or damage your lungs, and I don't want any of you claiming work care, all right?
All right, let's go then.
Good luck and be careful.
You guys ready to go?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Let's do it.
Come on, cheer up, Adam. We'll have a nice view of the fireworks if the lab goes up. Mate, I'm not joking. I'm serious. I mean, I don't want to be anywhere near any chemical fumes or anything that can do me any damage.
Well, I just want to be there when they go in.
Oh, yeah.
Well, me and Dash found the thing.
If that's the case, mate, what were you doing at home when Dale was assigning the positions? Hey? Some visitors have a little PJ now.
Hey, Nick, one of them's got a shotty.
Tango 11 to Tango 12.
Hang on, suspect inside.
be lucky if that shit doesn't blow before she gets in there. Go ahead, Nick.
PJ, you've got 2 solo Harleys coming your way, one up.
Fantastic.
Do you want us to come in and assist?
Yes, mate, and can you make it quick?
Be able to see the bikes from up here. PJ. He's heading straight for us.
Shut up. Shut up.
So that's what happened to the goats. How the hell are we going to warn Dale without letting the rest of the world know we're here?
You tell me.
Well, can't we do some hand signals from here?
Just get out. Morning tea time, isn't that lovely?
PJ, we've got to stop Dale from going in there. It's too late. If they fire any shots, PJ, she's going to go.
Yes, I know, Doyle. And look, you just stop the bikes, okay?
Dale, get out of the shed! Get out of the shed! Dale, get... Please don't move. Hands behind your head. Face the wall. Now!
Stop, police! Stop, police! Stop! Turn off the engine! Put your hands where I can see them. Up in the air, now!
Constable, you get the shotty?
We didn't think we were going to hurt anyone. Byron made it all sound so easy. Jim had the contacts to get the chemicals and Byron had the knowledge to make the drugs.
So it was a nice little family enterprise, right? All of you in it
Oh,
together.
where was Jim going to find other work at his age?
Well, just till we made enough money to get back on our feet.
Didn't it occur to you at any stage that what you were doing was illegal? That all of you could be jailed for a very long time?
Look, Byron told us if we came out to the country, nobody'd find out. Well, then everything started going wrong.
Because Warren didn't realise it was harder than he thought to make the drugs.
He told us that the recipe was okay.
Then when I heard about those kids getting sick, I knew there must have been something wrong. Well, I adjusted some amounts and everything seemed fine.
You left a teenage boy severely brain damaged.
Hey, it wasn't my idea! All right, my parents made me do it. They couldn't afford for me to be at uni after Dad got the sack. So they decided I could earn my living making drugs for them. Well, Dad organised the chemicals. What was I supposed to do?
Said no.
Oh, yeah, and gone to the police about my parents, right.
So we're supposed to feel sorry for you, is that it? Well, the fact is, the only thing I'm sorry about is that the courts can't impose the punishment you really deserve, which is something like looking after Lachlan Stewart for the rest of his brain-damaged life.
Poor kid.
Yeah, well, you're lucky you didn't end up the same way. You did get your drugs from the same source as him.
Yeah, but I only took them once.
Yeah, as far as we know, so did he. Now, you get a second chance, so don't make the same mistake again.
Oh, no more mistakes like this one. Dad rang. He was pretty upset.
About the goats?
No, they were worried about me. They'd been calling all day, and when nobody answered, they finally called Mr. O'Connell, and he told them what's been happening. Well, they wanted to come back early, but I told them I'd be okay.
Lee, when you leave the hospital, you might receive a summons for using an illicit drug.
Yeah, but I only took them once.
I know. And that'll be taken into consideration, as well as the fact that you told us that Byron was a supplier. Now, you won't go to jail or anything, but I just wanted you to know that.
Well, at least I got a couple of days to figure out what to tell my folks.
Well, good luck. I'll catch you around, all right?
Yeah.
Without Lee's help, it's going to take a lot longer to build this place than I thought it was.
You're not going to find someone else to help you, are you?
No, what's the point? We won't save as much. Lee was going to do it because he liked the idea.
You know what I think we should do?
I can guess.
sell the land and put the money towards a deposit on a brand new house, like the ones on the estate, and we would save a lot of money if we bought it off the plan. A mud brick house is just not going to be big enough when we have more babies.
We can't afford it. It's too expensive.
How about if I promise to stick to our budget?
Oh, yeah.
I will. No matter what.
All right. Yep, but hang on. We do a trial month, okay? We see how we go, and then we'll work out all the details when we can see how much we can save.
Thank you. Thank you.
If you want to celebrate.
Why not?
Thanks, boss.
Right, here's to a job well done, eh?
Yep.
Eventually.
Yes.
Well, if any of you want to join the clandestine lab crew, I'd be too happy to give you a reference.
No, thanks all the same, Dale. I've got other things.
Oh, PJ, any news on Lockie Stewart?
I dropped it in the hospital and told his mum we called the Hilfords. Cold comfort, I expect. Yeah, you're not wrong.
So, Nick, how well do you know Mon?
Who?
Monica Draper. We went through the academy together.
Just professionally.
Well, why don't you come upstairs for a drink? I could show you the graduation photos.
No, I'm a bit tired. Actually, got an early start tomorrow.
No, you haven't. You're on the late shift tomorrow. You could sleep in.
No, I've actually had to change that roster.
You never told us that, and I checked.